I'm Mr. Sabman, and welcome to the Sab Vlogs. Today we're going to be talking about something very special to me. There's a lot of things that are special to me, but this is a good one. This is saying happy birthday to this album. That's right, Ozzy Osbourne's Ultimate Sin has just turned 30. Wow, 30. I remember when this came out. I was 6. Wow, I feel old now, huh? The reason I wanted to talk about this album is because people have gone to say that this is Ozzy's worst album. How could this be Ozzy's worst album? There's no way. This is a great album. Now, the mix on here could have been done a little better. The mix is a little rough. It's heavy on the synthesizers and the keyboards and that whole 80s sound. But that's kind of what they were going for back then. The whole 80s keyboards, futuristic sound stuff. I mean, look at Van Halen. Oh, jeez, whiz. When Eddie got his synthesizer, they kind of strayed away. But anyway, we're not talking about Van Halen. We're talking about Ozzy. Ozzy freaking Osbourne. The godfather of modern metal. The Prince of Darkness himself. Now, I can see how people don't like this because of the mix. It just sounds too keyboardy and synthy and 80s-ish, but I look past that. The mix, I don't care for it, but the songs on here are great. Let's start with the title track, The Ultimate Sin. It's heavy, it's intense, it has a lot of feeling in it, and the video is hysterical. Ozzy Osbourne as an oil tycoon, that's simply fantastic. And then we move on to Ozzy's first hit single, Shot in the Dark, which was on the radio almost constantly back when it came out. I mean, hit single and Ozzy Osbourne now. His first hit single came in 1986? Come on. It was a good song. The video was it was funny. I mean, it wasn't scary like you thought it would be, but Ozzy's videos have always been freaking weird. Think about it. But look at this album. Look at Ozzy. He's a freaking head on a dragon and a hot chick with the pants, and she was in the video. That was actually Julie Gray. Well, is, whatever you want to call it. She was actually a cheerleader for the Los Angeles Rams. Yeah. Oh boy, look at that. Whoa. She is the woman of my dreams. Oh boy. Anyway, moving on. Another great cut from this fine album, Killer of Giants. It starts off really nice and slow. It's got an awesome guitar part by Jakey Lee on here. And wow. It was fantastic. If I would have saw that live, I probably would have burst into tears because it's such an awesome tune. And it pulls at you kind of because it's sad, but then it gets heavy, and it's a really good song. And then another good song on here. It was featured in the movie The Wraith with Charlie Sheen, Secret Loser. Now, the bass line on that song just makes it. Yeah, I better not even go into it, because if I even hint at any kind of audio clips on here, the YouTube algorithm will go berserk and take down my videos, even though this would fall under fair use because it's a review. But we're not going to go there because I'm scared to death of Sharon Osbourne. Anyway, how could people call this Ozzy's worst album? This is fantastic. This is a work of art. And even though it's nostalgic for me, because it makes me think of better days, some of Ozzy's other stuff pales in comparison to this album. I mean, you got Jakey Lee, you got Randy Castillo, Phil Sussman. I mean, 3 of the greatest musicians that Ozzy's ever worked with. Well, not considering Randy Rhoads or Bob Daisley, but or Geezer Butler or Zakk Wylde, for example. But this was a sign of the times. I mean, Zakk Wylde was just well, he wasn't a kid, but he was probably like a teenager when this came out because he didn't. No, I don't even know. I don't even know. But he was a younger guy and wasn't playing for anybody yet. But in fact, he came on in the next album, 1988, No Rest for the Wicked. So he probably wasn't that young. But anyway, good nonetheless. And I don't know how people can call this his worst. His last album, Scream, was actually really good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of good songs on that. But the one before that, Black Rain, there's probably like 3 good songs on there. And Down to Earth, like 1 good song. So I would say one of those would probably be one of his worst. I mean, by process of elimination, there has to be a worst. And I don't think this one's it. No freaking way. I mean, if they remixed this album, it would probably be somewhere in the top 5. It would be somewhere in the top 5, definitely, for sure. So, yeah. I'm going to get a look at the back. Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. I hope I don't get like a copyright strike for showing this. Because that's been running rampant lately. It's driving me crazy. But anyway, Ozzy Osbourne. Now, this is a first pressing, by the way. This is 30 years old. This record is 30 years old. And it has a cool pull out. Let's see if we can get it in there. It has a cool pull out. It's backwards. But yeah, lots of cool stuff on there with the band. The band from back in the day. And, obviously all the stuff that goes with it. And all the lyrics. So, that's cool. And the record is really nothing special. Just like every other one of Ozzy's records. Nothing special. Unless you have one of those Diary of a Madman picture discs, which a guy I know freaking has one, and he mentions it every time we talk. Anyway, this is it. This is in great shape too. You see it. I take care of my stuff. Anyway, I'm Mr. Sabman, and this has been the latest edition of the Sab Vlogs, paying tribute to the Ultimate Sin album from Ozzy Osbourne, which has just turned 30. So, happy birthday, Ultimate Sin. We'll see you next time on another episode of the Sab Vlogs, so keep it real and never say die. Later.